It's not right to judge, neither is it right to jump into conclusion because you may end up making a very drastic mistake. Hello guys, welcome back to another review and we are going to be reviewing the movie Break Open. Break Open is produced by Uche Nancy and directed by David Odumoyewa, and it stars Anthony Woode and Shazna Okawa amongst others. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, don't forget to do so. Turn on your notification button, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share this video. So this movie is about a man who a few months after the death of his wife brought in another lady with a child and introduced them to his son as his new family and that the child belongs to him. The son got so furious and raised his voice at his dad, was raking, was shouting, was so pissed off and couldn't even bear it. After all the whole confrontation, he went into a room, packed up his bag, and left. 10 years later, after the death of his father, he came to fulfill all righteousness by burying his father. On entering the house, he came in contact with the lady that the father brought 10 years ago, and they had not so pleasant welcome interaction. He became furious and was raking and shouting at the lady that he's the cause of their family falling apart, that she's a witch and she's not a good person. The girl in turn was trying to rake back at him, trying to make him understand that he's not a good person by abandoning his father and his home for the past 10 years. And he was so arrogant even to the little boy, and inasmuch as they were living in the same house, they weren't seeing each other eye to eye without quarreling. So it got to a point that the lawyer had to come to read the father's will. On reading the will, he found out that his father willed all of his property to him and asked him to take care of the lady and her son. He got furious and was asking the lawyer why his father would want to leave him with such a stupid responsibility, so he called it, of taking care of his mistress. The lawyer also made him to understand that they have to put heads together to make preparation for the burial so that everything can go on smoothly. He said that he can do, but to take care of the lady, that he would never do that. If that is a mandatory thing that ties his property, that he doesn't mind letting the property go and giving it to the lady. So the lawyer also made him to understand that his father left a letter for him aside the will, and when he is a little bit calmer, he's going to give him the letter to read. They started preparation for the burial and they just had to work together so they can achieve a successful burial. They did so and the burial happened. So at the end of the burial, the lawyer met with him and gave him the letter. On reading the letter, he found out that the father never had a mistress and that that lady was just a homeless girl whose father got impregnated and threw out of the house. That is, the lady got pregnant for her own father. That is to say that the child she's carrying is her son and also her brother. The guy even got more furious and confronted the lady immediately. They got talking, or rather they got shouting at each other, and the lady told him that that was why it's not good to jump into conclusion, that his father was a good man and was trying to protect her reputation. He was the one that pleaded with the father not to tell him what happened or how she got pregnant or how the child came about, and the father chose to tell him that the child belongs to him. So he didn't wait for them to explain anything. He was just raking and left the house and decided not to talk or listen to what anybody has to say. So this boy soaked himself in pain and agony. He was so down, even in health, because he started blaming himself for not looking out for his father, for not taking care of his father after all these years, for just losing that father and son relationship. He was mad. He kept crying and sobbing and regretting his action. And this lady, on the other hand, offered a shoulder for him to lean on. She was trying to take care of him, trying to feed him, which he rejected eating. She tried to feed him, tried to make him feel lively, tried to encourage him and make him understand that his father wouldn't want him to remain like this. Instead, he should just dust himself up, forgive himself, forgive his father, and continue with his life. He chose to do that. Along the line, he fell in love with this lady. On telling her, she was being not so sure because she didn't want the guy to just love her out of pity or because she's helpless at the moment. But the guy made her understand that the love was genuine and pure rather, and the longer he stays with her, it keeps growing. So finally, these two wonderful humans decided to give themselves um, a chance at love, and it worked out for the both of them. This movie is very educative and very intriguing, very catchy. Yes, it has a lot to teach. Just like I said in the beginning of this review, that you shouldn't jump into conclusion because things may not always look the way they seem. There is always a story to every action and every behavior. Till we see in my next review. Bye bye.